Well, we're still starting.
Continue your...
items are on. That's neat. What a surprise in this championship match.
I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
Can we close it and redo
Absolutely
it?
not.
Like
Absolutely not. Okay,
like
fine.
a thing.
Here.
Please
End
stand
it,
by.
Shit!
It's a commercial. It's a commercial.
A very great annoyance which occurs often with milk occurs during the pouring of it. You're bound to splash all over. Your whole day is ruined.
Everybody, welcome back. This is the championship smash match of the tournament you never got to see. We're at the finals with these competitors. It's Quasar versus Waluigi, Ike and Young Link, the two mains of the two top contenders in the entire multiverse. We're here at Hyrule Castle, where these two champions are now stretching, getting ready for the big brawl of their lives. Only one of this is going to come out alive. Literally, we're going to kill whoever loses this match. So why don't we get ready to get started? Steven, do you have anything to say? Steven's my co-host.
So, Michael...
Alright, let's get ready to start.
So I see, as you said, we're here with the biggest two contenders, and now we're off to a start. All right, so we got. Oh, and the first hit goes to Quasar, and a tornado!
I hit right into the
Never seen a tornado flick like this. I can't believe what I'm seeing, Mike. Oh my God!
Oh, a big old spinny! Oh, in the
years of announcing, I've never seen anything quite like this.
Into the tornado again with Quasar. He's really got spin envied, probably because of Young Link's amazing spin move that he can do at a dime.
Nice nair
we got him with the sword. I don't know why he doesn't have a big cut on his face from that.
Young Link has got to use the projectiles to his advantage, and I feel like both of us speaking at the same time. It's kind of like a little bit of a war between the announcers here. I think that's more interesting than the fight going on right now, if you ask me.
I honestly feel like this complete and utter amateur that they totally stuck me with against my will should really just learn to keep his mouth shut and let me talk. So why don't we just get back to this? It's Ike versus Young Link.
Listen, guy, meet me in the park after this episode.
Right now, it's Waluigi, Young Link in the lead, and I'd have to say he might just have a chance at going all the way. Oh, that's
and
one
there's
stock.
the first stock.
That's 1/5.
I just can't believe what I'm seeing here, Mike. This is an astronomical win for James here. He needs that first stock.
Oh,
and
but
I think if he can keep
Quasar is starting to fight back. He's really kicking his ass down.
There.
Oh!
He's got to do something now to save that life he took. He's got to do something to keep that stock in play.
Oh, what is this? I've never seen anything like this. This is amazing. They haven't hit each other.
What are you talking about? That was pretty boring stuff right there. But now, Young Link is really using the projectiles to his advantage, and Andy just can't quite find the opening, and I wonder if it's because we're distracting him.
Oh my gosh, I don't think so. This kid's got nerves of steel, his mind's a pure steel trap. He doesn't let anything in. He can't even hear us right now. Look at that bubble.
Again.
That's perfect shield placement. He just hit him right into his own bomb like a complete boss. What an amateur.
And there's the first stock for
Waluigi, I mean, not Quasar.
Starting over, he's got a 97% stock advantage lead, and I like this. I like where he's going with Young Link here. I've never seen quite the gameplay with Young Link. You'll see that with Toon Link, you'll see that with regular Link, but Young Link, he wasn't even in the last Smash Bros, and I think he's really turned out to be quite a player in this new Smash.
Personally, I think Waluigi as himself is a pretty overrated player. Quasar too, but I never tell them that to their faces.
I think that they know who you're talking about here.
Personally, I don't think Young Link has much of a chance. He's too much of a kid, an amateur. I don't think he's got a chance. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, look at that, you little...
Maybe he should have gone to the Temple of Time for that one.
Hey, look at this. See, my co-host here is a complete amateur, and he couldn't see the writing on the wall, the message in the stocking, the presents in the stocking.
And that tornado's going to do a whopping 20 damage to Young Link, and that's still going to take a stock for James there. I like
but look at this. He's already basically caught up. He's still in the lead. Quasar's got this in the bag. He's got a bigger sword. He's got a bigger cape. He's got a bigger...
Never underestimate the power of those projectiles. He's been really working them. He's been really doing a great job working the projectiles, working the corners, and I think he's doing him a good job in the long run here. And I think if he's got that stock advantage, he's slightly caught up to him, but it's still been a real big help to him throughout this match.
Well, what my amateur co-host doesn't know is that I've seen much better projectile games than this. There have been other champions. Maybe you'll remember the guy named Waluigi in the 1970s Smash Bros. Circuit. He could play projectiles like nobody's business.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
right.
gonna lie, Smash Bros. Wasn't out in 1970s.
This was called real Smash Bros. It was called street fighting in TAS.
I think my partner here, Mike, needs to look up the word of amateur because it seems like he is one. And anyways, back to the match here. Quasar, he's doing a pretty good job working the outer rings. He's actually managed to take the lead, which I'm not surprised, as Ike is quite the executioner in this kind of game. He's got the power moves, but overall, I think young Link has just got plenty of moves working him to that advantage and getting him up in the percentage there.
Man, I really think it would be cool if my co-host here could take a side and stop being so wishy-washy about who he thinks is going to win. Whereas I've always been under the assumption that Quasar is going to win. I feel like it's going to be a 2-stock victory at the very minimum. So, honestly, why don't you just pick a side?
I don't think you forgot the point of announcing is that you're supposed to be kind of neutral when you're rooting for.
Yeah, but I have a lot of money on this, so I really want Quasar to win.
We're going to get back to you after these messages. I think it's time to fire my co-host. Oh, and that's another stock for James there as young Link.
I don't think you can fire me. I've got too much tenure. I'll have you fired.
Sorry, I'm doing a better job announcing.
Amateur.
Ooh. And that was a pretty close shot there. The projectiles of the game was really working him pretty good.
Man, I wonder how many times he said projectiles. Does he just not know any other words?
Throwing items.
Wow. What are you, a third grader? Oh, God.
Whoa.
Look at that. That bomb just got caught in the explosion. That makes a fire tornado. That's a technique we've seen multiple times throughout this tournament. But honestly, it's just so good to see it because it's so cool. And it really reminds me of that old movie Twister. Does anyone remember that movie? I really like that movie. It's the movie where, I don't remember who's in it. I think it's Sandra Bullock or something. But basically, this lady has her, she's got this thing about tornadoes, and there's this scene where someone's like, what's an F5 tornado? And then everyone gets all silent, and this lady walks out, and there's like, an F5 tornado killed my parents, just like Batman.
Mike, I think I'm going to have to cut you there. I'm really surprised by this stock advantage that Waluigi seems to have over here on Quasar.
Oh, I'm sorry, what did you say? See, I wish you wouldn't talk, because that's when things change for bad for Waluigi.
72% on him, and it's still, he's at the first part of his life on this stock. He can turn things around, but I'm surprised Quasar hasn't built up more of a lead in this match. It's not what we expect from the classic Quasar. I think he's used to Ike from Smash 4, and I don't think Smash Ultimate Ike's working out for him as well as it has in the past.
Speaking of catching up in stocks, this really reminds me of that movie, Remember the Titans. I don't know if anyone ever saw that movie.
I think we're going to really need you to focus up here. There's kind of a match going on. I think we can talk about this after the show over brunch or something, man. But right now,
we've never eaten together. Please don't give the audience the impression that we're dating, because I really don't like that. I don't want you to give my wife the impression that I'm being unfaithful to her again. That wouldn't be good for anyone. I already had to call her divorce lawyer off by killing him. No one ever found his body, so you can't prove it, even though I just said it. What happened? Oh, yeah, this is young Link's flying around. Oh, man, look at that. He's dying. That's weird. Anyway,
I'm going to send this recording to the police after we're done. Sorry if our voices are very loud and distorted. We're speaking directly into the mics with no cover, and I think it's really doing a great job of
Quasar has finally turned the tables on this. This match is now totally even. No, Quasar's in the lead. No, now Waluigi's in the lead. Oh, man, Quasar just got in the tornado. That's the third time he's been caught in the tornado.
Stages, but in this one,
that's because there's no tornadoes in the other stages. That's why you don't see it much in the other stages, or at all, because there's no tornadoes.
God, this match is a train wreck. I'm surprised either of them have managed to not kill us during this whole round. And with that, we have James still in the lead over Andy.
That counter again. That's like the 80th counter he's gotten on him in this match.
Have you been counting? Because I sure haven't. It's definitely not 80.
I certainly have. It's been 80, and he's gotten caught in the tornadoes 20 times.
As announcers, you can trust our opinions.
Oh my gosh.
And that tornado's doing more damage than James has ever done in his life.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably the reason why he's losing.
With a smash hit like that, it seems like it's going to be hard for Andy to recover from. I cannot believe what I'm seeing here! Joe Link and Waluigi has just managed to clinch the match of the century! And I'm going to have to close this off here, as my wife is leaving me for a man named Esteban.